Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today begins the week of waiting, it feels like, for our end of an era leaked SBC player with the icon chemistry links, Sergio Busquets. And that feels like the biggest part of content coming this entire week of FC26. Kind of feels like the Busquets waiting room right now until we get past this ratings reload promo and get into Ultimate Scream, because that's there as well. But we do believe we know the date for when this SBC is going to drop, and we got to talk about that today, plus what other content's kind of being leaked through the grapevine for Monday content today. Plus, the market is going crazy on silver cards, guys, and there's a lot of coins out there that you could be making today, even after people have finished the silver tournament. We're going to talk about that and more, as I think it's going to be a pretty good day to trade. Hopefully no big market crash today like there was last week on FC26. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, hype the video, and subscribe if you're new. Let's go into yesterday's content on Sunday, which started with a surprise hero player pick. All of these hero picks with the guaranteed match day players that we've had now 3 times have been leaked ahead of time. This one was not. It is the base hero matchday player pick number 3. It's the most expensive one yet and the best heroes yet, which makes me wonder, are we just going to keep getting these throughout the year and they're going to give us bigger and better heroes? It's still pretty crazy that we're getting hero player SBCs for cards like Forlan, Lizarazu, and Joe Cole at this stage of the year. I'm not saying these cards are way ahead of the power curve, but these are pretty good cards, and I have a hot take on this SBC. I actually think it is worth it for 2 of the players in this. Now, if you're a fan of any of these 3 players, then I would absolutely go ahead and do the SBC. They're all 3 very good cards, and before today, all 3 of these guys were worth at least around 200,000 coins. Forlan and Lizarazu were over 200,000 coins. The price of this SBC is coming in at 174k, so it's not terrible value. It's a little more expensive than the other hero player picks for sure, but when you take a look at the Forlan card, once again, he was over 200,000 coins just yesterday before this SBC came out, and he's got Power Shot Plus, which I think isn't as good, but there is a time and place for that in this game. But when I look at the Joe Cole and when I look at the Lizarazu cards that are a part of this, I actually think these are maybe the best 2 cards in the pick. And if you need a center attacking mid, Joe Cole is very good. Maybe I'm biased because I packed this card early game FC24 and used him for a long time. He was very good with the tech plus. He's got incisive base playstyle on his card. He's a really, really solid card. And the same thing with Lizarazu. If you need a left back that you can put in your team and you don't have to want to change them or worry about them for a long time, I think both of those players actually could be good picks from this. And if you're, needing La Liga links, then Forlan's not a bad choice either. So for 174,000 coins, I don't think it's terrible value. Now, I will say, with the other SBCs that we have coming out, namely the Busquets, maybe there's a reason why you would skip this SBC and wait to see what else comes out. I totally understand that. It's out for 14 days. I just think those are actually solid cards for the price there. But of course, it's all about being careful with our fodder, because we know fodder is pretty hard to come by in this game with the way that rewards are. Hoping also that EA mentioned that whatever communication, this is, again, we're looking forward to this week, whatever communication that we're going to get from EA, I hope there's included in that some of the transfer market conversation that they want to have with us. Rewards. I hope there's some rewards talk in there as well. Now, yesterday's content and evos, guys, we had the first real goalkeeper evo of the year. It's called Keeper of the Goal, kind of going with the trend of the 10,000 coin center mid evo, the center back evo. Born to Shine was more than 10k, it was 25k, but it was a paid evo with good upgrades. And here's our goalkeeper evo of that same degree. Max 80 rated like the other ones were, max 5 playstyles, and really good stat boost, to be completely honest. Not that I'm super interested in evoing too many of these guys from my club right here, but that's an actual pretty big stat boost for a goalkeeper, and it gives 2 of the best playstyles as well. It gives far reach and footwork, up to 5 playstyles too, which means that you can create some pretty nice goalkeeper cards. Now, of course, the biggest problem with goalkeeper evos, we asked this question to EA at the beginning of the year. They didn't really give us an answer, and now we know it's not happening. We're not getting reaction boosts with these goalkeeper evos. Even though the reflex stat on the card goes up, the reaction stat does not change. So that's a very important thing. Unless you're just evoing a keeper for fun, reactions is a very, very important stat for goalkeepers, and a lot of these cards, since they're 80 rated and below, do not have great reactions stats to begin with. So that is a bit of a problem with this, but it still kind of seems fun because it's our first real goalkeeper Evo that we have had in FC26, because most of the other ones have just been playstyles or like small boosts. And what I want to mention with this Evo is, guys, there are chains out there that if you're trying to get the best version of the player you're going for, make sure you do at least the reflex deflector evolution, which expires in a couple of days first. If your card does not have too many playstyles, like this Vanya Milinkovic-Savic, you know, center mid shapeshifter Vanya Milinkovic-Savic from a couple years back, very crazy card. This card's getting some hype for an actual goalkeeper card with Napoli links, because he's got long ball, far throw, footwork, deflector, and far reach. After you put him into reflex deflector first, which gives him the playstyle, then you put him into the stat boost for the keeper of the goal. Of course, we just saw he only has 72 reactions, which isn't that good, but I think for most of the 80 rated keepers and below down here, that's going to be about par for the course. So I think it's fun. Honestly, I'm going to try to find some fun keeper that I would like to evolve through this. Maybe you have Gadella, the 6'11" keeper, who's a bronze base card in your club. You want to check out that card for an evo. That one's just a fun one for me. I have no problem with it that it's 10,000 coins. Now, I will say, check your club for any of these max 80 rated keepers from the Prem, like Robert Sanchez, Lamens. I can't believe this card's 10,000 coins. That's crazy. And I want to mention this as well. We're going to talk about it with silvers. This is a potential like coin wipe market ban scenario. If you have a lot of this card invested, if you buy a lot of a card for like less than 1,000 or 2,000 coins and they go up like close to max price, the odds of you getting market banned do increase a lot in that scenario. So if you have one from your club, like you check in your club and you have a Lamens and you have a Robert Sanchez, like don't worry about selling one of these. Maybe sell it at like 9K instead of 10K just to be safe. But check your club for some free and easy cash on some of those lower rated goalkeepers. So last part of content yesterday is in objectives, which of course we got to get to the silver situation. Before we do though, we did have a new campaign objective yesterday. Cabal. This is actually a really good card. If you take a look at his stats, there's also a center half plus evolution there for the role there. But 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Look at all these play styles. Bro has 6 play styles, incredible dribbling stats. I know the links aren't that great, but, you know, I mean, just for playing a few games of squad battles with a couple of Algerian players and maybe some Ligue 1 players in your team, as you're getting squad battles games done this week and doing some evos or whatever it may be, that's a pretty good card to get done. Now, the biggest part of objectives yesterday was, of course, the World Tour Silver Superstars League. I've only played 3 games in this. Luckily, we've gone 3-0, and it doesn't seem the most sweaty ever. I mean, I've only played 3 games. Matchmaking seems open. It does not seem like it's a foot champs, like form-based matchmaking or division rivals, like kind of division-based matchmaking at all. It just seems pretty open, which is nice, but it's still competitive because it is a league and people are trying to not only play 18 games to get this England pack, but also win 15 games to get the 100K pack and to get the other packs inside of this. So for myself, I'm not expecting to win 15. I'm just hoping to get up here to the win 10 and play 18 and get most of these packs and have a chance at something fun from this England-specific pack, which, by the way, I've not seen anybody open one of these yet. I'd love to know if you got like Wharton or like another 10,000 coin fodder card, or if you got lucky and pulled like a Cole Palmer or, you know, a Trent Alexander-Arnold or a Lauren James or something wild like that from this pack. I'm assuming though that the weight is decently low on this. Guys, remember there's only 3 more days to get this done. It's kind of like the during the week weekend league, if you will, with the silver squads, and it is fun to play this. I had a blast yesterday. Yes, I went 3-0, so that's probably a part of it, but it's just fun playing with silver players, and also you never know what you're going to match up against when you play against these silver teams. One thing that made the Silver Superstars League a little bit sweeter is the fact that EA dropped a bonus objective here, just a couple of extra packs for scoring 5, 10, and 15 goals. Scoring 1 goal in 15 separate matches, rather. That's, I mean, if you're playing this objective, you're going to get this done for a couple of extra packs and a group reward of an 84-2. That's kind of cool. So that's the big story right now, is everybody's playing this new mode, and silver cards have gone to the absolute freaking moon. However, we timed the sell point on a lot of these cards perfectly, because a lot of them now are coming back down as most people have sold off on their investments and sold their teams before or after, I guess, playing those games. So if you sold in the hype yesterday, or if you sold right after content when this came out, GG's. However, there's still going to be opportunities to trade with these cards. Take a look at this MLS center back Tolu, right? He was pretty cheap, like usually less than 1,000 coins before this happened. But in the last day or two, people have been buying this card up. A 84 pace center back with anticipate base playstyle with some MLS links. He went all the way to 7,000 coins. He's 1,400 right now. These cards are getting sold off a whole bunch, and people are still going to be playing the silver tournament today. I think you can get on the market and get on bids and snipes for some of these types of players and make some coins still. So obviously you're not expecting prices to rebound all the way back up to where they were yesterday. If you sold yesterday in that big spike, check out this guy, our guy Josh. He's had some crazy cards before in previous years. He's gone from 650 coins up to 3K where he was yesterday. Now he's back down to 1,300. Or Dorsch, here's a center mid with a really nice card for a silver, going from 1,300 coins all the way to 6,000. He's back down to 2K. Maybe he goes up to 3K again today, you know? Something like that is what you could be trading with, and I think these cards are going to be really great to make some coins on today and to grind the market on a little bit. Just be careful, of course, with the crazy fluctuations in price. I mean, if you're just bidding and trading a couple cards at a time, I wouldn't be worried about market bans. But if you bought like 50 of a certain silver and they go from, on the market to like extinct or close to max price, just, spread out your sales. Anytime you have a card that goes up that much, maybe it's even a gold common that you invested in, like Harry Maguire for his goal that he scored yesterday to get Man U to win. People are investing in Harry Maguire now because he could be in Team of the Week. He should get a Team of the Week, let's be honest. But like if his card goes from 1,000 coins to like 8K at some point for some reason, and you bought a bunch of him, you're going to want to sell in like sporadic time frames, list at different prices, and not sell them all at the same time, because that will decrease your chances of getting banned. So I don't know. I'm having fun with this Silvers League so far. I'm going to look forward to playing the rest of the games this week, but that's just my personal opinion. I'd love to hear how you guys were getting on with it down below in the comments. I will say this. Man, it's making me really tempted to try to grind the rest of Eusebio. I'm only 16 of 100, but man, it makes me want to get all these silver icons now. After having, of course, Charlton, Garincha, and Yashin, I really want this Eusebio now, not just for this silver tournament, but also for Evos next season, because like having the chance of getting those icons in your club to be able to Evo them in Season 2 is insane. So that's the silver situation, and it's just fun, at least in my opinion. But a lot of the rest of the market yesterday was, unaffected to a degree, but also it was affected. Guys, another day where prices dropped heading into the content time on a lot of your most popular meta golds and even some of the specials. And then prices rebounded really well. Like Reinders went down to 75, 76K, and then went straight back up 2 hours after content to 84. Now, here we are again. He's back down to 76,000 coins as we head into today on Monday. And even though today is expected to be a slower content day, like since there's not going to be a lot of content, I kind of want to put my focus into trading on the market. And I think we're going to have plenty of opportunities to do that for plenty of reasons. But again, yesterday, a lot of the Impacts promo cards had that movement as well. Like Anthony was 150,000 coins right before content, went back up to 170, which isn't a crazy fluctuation. But if that's going to be kind of the new trend, if people are so worried about the market dropping on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and maybe even Mondays, remember last week we had the crazy market crash that cooked everything because of panic and panic alone. I don't think that's going to happen this week. I'm much more optimistic about trading on the market today, and I think with today being a slower day of content, most likely, this is going to be a good day to trade. So I would get active on the market, take advantage of this. I don't think there's going to be that panic at all last week. I still think there's going to be some good movements, but what I think is going to be the safest in terms of the market is out of packs special cards. And when I'm talking out of packs, I'm talking ratings reload, team number 1, right? Yesterday, we saw McTominay go up a whole bunch in price. He's actually starting to go back up again. I wonder if it's because the Vanya Milinkovic-Savic, if he's just a very hype midfielder because he's got the Serie A links and has the incisive plus. He was 107,000 coins yesterday. He went all the way to 140K. Almost. It doesn't show here, but he sold at 140K. 130K was his on the market price. Came back down to 110. Now it's looking like he's going back up to 120. Or here's another example. Cucurella has gone from 50K in the past couple days up to up to 74,000 coins. That's a pretty substantial rise for a 50K card in just a couple of days. But like as these cards are kind of moving like this, they still fluctuate. We can trade with these cards that are out of packs. They move in price. Sun was just 340. Now he's back up to 368. This Elise every day goes between 230 and like 250 to 260 is usually where he has kind of his peak price. 255 yesterday, but look, he was 232, and then today he was just 230 again. So if you get this card at 230, you can sell him at 259 and 260. That's not terrible for a flip. That's some good coins. I think that's the place to be in the market today. That's where you want to live with your flips and your trades. And the out-of-pack special cards are the safest place to go now. And there seems to be good demand on the market, which is nice to see. Now, I will say as well, you could absolutely try to get involved with some gold cards, like the Reinders that we looked at. I still think there's potential that you'd be able to flip. Whoa, Sophia Wilson, 158K. That's pretty low for her card. Of course, it's dropped off a lot over the weekend, but it's still a pretty meta gold card that a lot of people like to use. Salma Parluelos down at 70. Florian Wirtz is 117K. I love this average buy it now price on the Footbin market tab of these players, because that just shows you where they've been selling for the past day. And if their current price is way down from what their average bin is, and it's way, way down from their high price, that's like okay, I'm going to get involved here. Like yesterday, 81K for Salma. She kind of didn't rise that much after Squad Battle Rewards. Went down at content to 77, went back up to 79. She's 70,000 coins right now. Like, maybe she could go back to 77K today on Monday, type beat, and that's a trade that you could make. So I feel pretty confident in the market today. If you want to get involved in some trades, I think that's going to be a good place to put some effort into this game today, whereas the content may not be that crazy. Now also, fodder, looking cheap. 85, 6s, and 7s. 88s as well. I think those are a snag. This is probably going to be the end of your cheapest part of the week for fodder prices, especially as we get closer to the big SBC, which is Sergio Busquets. And it's not even coming today, guys. We've kind of got the rumors and the leaks early for a card like this. And for some of the SBCs that we're getting this week, it's not coming today allegedly, but I feel like this is what everybody is waiting for. I feel myself even wanting to do the hero player pick from yesterday to take Joe Cole, because that'd be a great card. I'm also still looking into the Christian Pulisic SBC. That's probably my main motivation, but I'm even kind of stopping myself from starting this right away, because the Busquets is coming, and I kind of want to save my fodder a little bit and know when this card is coming out. So right now, this game just feels like everybody's waiting on Busquets because this card has so much hype. Icon links. I still don't know how to comprehend icon links on an end of an era non-icon card. That's going to be so interesting to see. But the reason why we think this is coming out Wednesday is because in the Discords, the leaker conversations that are kind of behind the closed doors, the rumors get out from those. And a couple of tweets have gone out as well from Jake here. He says Busquets should come Wednesday for those asking. So that's what we're expecting. And also, just consider this. The market should be safer today and tomorrow on Tuesday. But we do have this that is on the horizon. Ultimate Scream is expected to be the next promo, allegedly, per the leakers. And there's going to be some buildup and some hype for that for sure. So when we talk in terms of the market this week, I'm good to trade today. I'm good to trade tomorrow. But when we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, it might become a little bit of a different story depending on what leaks we see, what news we have, because EA has got to bring a promo like this back with a bang in some sort of way. So that's just one thing to kind of keep in mind. But this Busquets is going to be midweek, and save your fodder for that. Also, though, since we know the date of this, just keep an eye on out there for those MLS links. I know he's got icon chemistry, but people are going to buy Messi. People are going to buy some of these MLS cards because they just will. There's going to be investment opportunity here. People are going to try to make some coins off of this. And a card like this Donovan is still pretty rare. And if Busquets is an icon, he'll still have MLS links, I would imagine, because he's not an actual icon, not going to have icon league. Again, I'm so curious to see how EA is going to actually give that out. But watch out for those MLS links because they could be rising into Wednesday. That would be a very easy place to invest. Now, what are we expecting today is the next question, because if we're not getting Busquets, who are we getting? Well, Jack Grealish is what's expected today, and that's why I picked up a couple of Jordan Pickfords. Pickford dropped yesterday in price. This is the out-of-packs Cornerstones version of Pickford that I'm mentioning. And by the way, this is the official card here for Grealish. But I've picked up a couple of Pickfords at like 23,000 coins because that's just the type of card that could potentially rise in the hype for, as I just bought another one, for this Grealish SBC today. And I mean, that does not look like a bad card. 88 dribbling, 86 passing. I would just love to know what positions he has. Press proven. If any of you guys have used or played against Julian Alvarez's base gold card, press proven playstyle is fairly OP as a plus. It's good as a base, and sometimes people don't like it as a plus because it feels like it's wasted there. But that Julian Alvarez, the number of touches that he's taken when I'm trying to defend him that just seem to be like OP because he has press proven has been way higher than I would have expected. So I think that Grealish card could be good. It'll just depend on the price, but it's probably going to be a pretty slow content day, as we've mentioned. Apart from that, we should expect a new upgrade pack today, 78 double. Or, I'm going to say this, we could potentially have our first player picks of the year. We've had this, what was it, a 77 double the first time. We've had the 78 double twice now, at least twice, maybe 3 times. We could have, I'm just saying, it could be the first 75 plus or 77 plus player pick SBC. That would be kind of cool if we had that. I could see EA dropping that during this ratings reload team too for the cards that are out. And then also, you know, trying to drain people's clubs before potentially league SBCs could come out later in the next couple of weeks. That's the fingers crossed hope for those of you that like SBCs. League SBCs are a staple, and like they're bringing back tournaments, like they're bringing back some of these other things. If they were to be bringing back League SBCs too, with maybe some player rewards like they used to be back in the good old days, that could be really, really exciting. So that's not a leak. There's been really no news about that. That's just like hopeful speculation right now at the moment. But really, other than Jack Grealish and maybe like a challenge SBC today, that's kind of all that I'm expecting on this game. Of course, there could be some very early leaks like there were last week for Ultimate Scream, and that's something to kind of keep in mind, keep on your radar, but we'll just have to see how early these guys start posting news about the next promo. Other than that, I'm going to get active on the market and get trading today. Yesterday was a decent day of making some coins from the club with silvers for sure. Sold the Vinny for basically no profit here because I wanted to get coins back to buy some other golds and some other cards. I've picked up a couple of Anthony's right around 150,000 coins. What I pay 152 for Anthony and 154 with a Hunter, hoping he can rise up. Also picked up a couple of Tarams. He randomly spiked it to 200k yesterday, and his card has been rising since he went out of packs. So I picked up a couple of him. The Pickfords, there's another Anthony. And then other than that, I'm going to probably get off this video right now and then go hit the market up for either some impacts promo cards because I like their fluctuations. They move a good bit. Or I'll go more safer and go out of packs, icons, heroes, or cornerstones to invest the rest of my coins and just try to make something happen today on a market that's had some good fluctuations, which makes me motivated to trade. I will see you guys today in the Monday content stream. We'll be live right around the content drop. I'll be playing some silver games. I got to play my weekend league as well, and maybe still trying to chip away at that Eusebio card because of future Evo potential that we have with him and these other icons there. That's what I got FOMO. There's 10 days left for that objective. I got to play like 80 games. Oh, it's going to be crazy. But if I start a Portuguese player, I maybe can get it done. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the stream today. It'll be right around content time. Hope you have a great Monday. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment below if you have any questions. And subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. I'll see you in the stream today. Peace out.